And this is part 2 of the reading of this complaint with Interfaith Ministries of Denton and the corruption and cover-ups between them and City of Denton Police Department and City of Denton City Council and others. So the complaint goes on to say that I lawfully exercise my rights of inquiry into the operations and other services at Interfaith Ministries of Denton. I also lawfully exercise my rights to try to make a complaint concerning the rendition of those services. There is no documented record that I posed a threat of danger to anyone, that I had threatened harm or injury to anyone, or that I otherwise was considered to be dangerous or threatening in any way. There is no record of calls to 911 or to the police concerning my behavior or my requests by anyone at Interfaith Ministries of Denton. On the contrary, it was I that feared for my safety and well-being that I called the Denton 911 on November 10th of 2005 to report that Condell Garden had put her hand on me during my visit to Interfaith Ministries of Denton, which constitute, when I spoke to the officer that day, he told me that it would constitute assault by contact. And I did tell them to confiscate, this tape, and they didn't. The officer then responded to my call, advised me that I would have to file an offense with the City of Denton City Attorney. I called the City of Denton City Attorney Stephanie Berry to file the complaint, and I requested Mrs. Berry to please confiscate the surveillance tape at Interfaith Ministries of Denton as evidence on a possible Class C misdemeanor, which is assault by contact. Interfaith Ministries, as I pointed before, they used to have a sign that has since been removed from their front door indicating something to the effect that the building was under surveillance. If so, then the situation was caught on videotape. About a week or so after, this assault by contact had happened, I rolled by here at Interfaith Ministries of Denton, and I found that the sign had been removed and they had painted over it in an attempt to try to cover up this crime, really. There is no record of a written reprimand from Interfaith Ministries of Denton or any other agency official concerning my behavior or my request. There is no indication of safety concerns in the minutes of the Board of Directors concerning my behavior or the request. So absent of showing a legitimate substantiated concern for the safety and well-being of the staff and the clients at Interfaith Ministries of Denton, there is absolutely no reason why a police officer should be present at my interview other than for the express purposes of harassment, intimidation, and coercion. If intended as such, Interfaith Ministries of Denton's use of official resources, in this case the Denton Police Department, to quell these rights and to intimidate me is both unlawful and it is discriminatory. I would like to note that on the web page for the City of Denton Police Department, Charles Wiley, and then I went ahead and put the URL on there, that it states that the Chief of Police, Chief Wiley, is on the Board of Directors of Interfaith Ministries of Denton. However, there is nothing in the minutes of the meetings of Interfaith Ministries of Denton where it states that Chief Wiley was appointed or even elected to be on the board. No, the member of Interfaith Ministries of Denton. So, moreover, there is nowhere in the official copies of the list of the Board of Directors for Interfaith Ministries of Denton Incorporated where Charles Wiley is listed. Add to that, there is nowhere in the web page for Interfaith Ministries of Denton under the Board of Directors where it lists Chief Charles Wiley. So I highly suspect that Chief Wiley mysteriously and unofficially became or was made a member of Interfaith Ministries of Denton Incorporated in an effort to provide information, to intimidate and coerce, and for no other reason than retaliation. As a journalist and being the executive director, producer, host, and editor of my own television show, I have worked and am working on a number of stories involving Chief Charles Wiley and the Denton Police Department. I have good reason to believe that Charles Wiley has somehow become involved with Interfaith Ministries of Denton Incorporated in retaliation for some of the stories that I am and have been working on. If so, those actions are unlawful. On May 1st of 2006, demand was made for records from Interfaith Ministries of Denton Incorporated by my legal representatives. However, there has been no reply from Interfaith Ministries of Denton Incorporated regarding those requests for records. I am advised that the service agreement between the City of Denton and Interfaith Ministries of Denton may be canceled, terminated, or suspended in whole or in part, and Interfaith Ministries of Denton may be barred from future contracts should Interfaith Ministries of Denton be found to engage in unlawful discrimination and cover-ups. Additionally, I am advised that rendition of payment from the City of Denton to Interfaith Ministries of Denton may be withheld in the event that litigation or legal proceedings become pending against Interfaith Ministries of Denton Incorporated. I have made a request in writing via email to Interfaith Ministries of Denton to address the Board of Directors, but it was denied. I would like to take this opportunity to thank my City of Denton City Council Representative Charlie Higgins at the time for answering my plea for assistance in protecting my rights and for assisting me in getting much needed services. However, now that this story has developed and transpired, we now know that Charlie Higgins was involved in this cover-up and corruption. It says, please accept these letters as my official complaint against Interfaith Ministries of Denton Incorporated, the City of Denton Police Department, and all of the individuals involved for discrimination, for intimidation, abuse of power, coercion, unwarranted denial of services, and for violating my rights of privacy, and for violating my constitutional rights and other rights of citizens of the City of Denton and the United States of America. I understand that this may be a rather lengthy letter. However, given the severity of the issues involved and perhaps the unlawfulness of several issues, I felt it was pertinent to be as thorough as I can. This complaint is true and correct to the best of my knowledge. I signed it myself, Liborio Beltran, a.k.a. Eli Gemini. And I ended it with, your official and written reply to my complaint is requested. The City of Denton City Council never returned any official response to this complaint. So at any rate, that is pretty much the gist of what happened at that time. And I know, and I have good evidence to prove, that Interfaith Ministries in Denton, along with the City of Denton, the Police Department, the City Council at that time, engaged in corruption, in lies, in the cover-ups, and they need to be held accountable. They need to be taken to court, and we need to file charges against them. That is part of the reason why I, Liborio Eli Gemini Beltran, am again running for City Council for the City of Denton, for the District 1, which is the Southeast District, so we can help together with my citizens of City of Denton to put a stop to this type of unlawfulness and violation of our civil and constitutional rights. Thank you so much for watching the Eli Gemini Show. I am Eli Gemini, and I will see you on the next one.